Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Zara, the Hobgoblin, Lieutenant. I'm gonna want to know the names of your ranking structures eventually too. It'll be written somewhere.
Gotta make that.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not like you have to go friggin' all in for all soldier ranks, but maybe just like
No, I'm
um,
doing it all in, all of them.
just war chief and like maybe the next two beneath that, and call it a day. So, all right.
Let's do some mass combat.
Hmm. Um.
Actually, can we confirm? Because we were talking about this on the break. So
Uh
the idea of what's happening
No.
is that we goaded the Perrin into fighting this big tribe, right? They fight, right? And then we kill the big tribe afterwards.
Yeah, you go to the parent to go over there, yes, and you're supposed to, assuming the parent lose,
We kill the big tribe.
which everybody here is pretty much assuming that's going to happen.
I have to hope it happens because I'm not fighting the actual Perrin soldiers.
Mm.
It sounds like a really bad plan.
That's right. Because the army is 500 of the going over to the map real quick, so everybody can see where we are referencing. I'm going to just drop this on stream. You guys can look over to stream to see what I'm talking about when it loads. So we're coming down here, and the area in question is this spot right here. That is a concern. So what it is that there's about 100 people here. The thing I just pinged, and they're not too much of a concern. They want to come take Varix, but he had successful, shall we say, diplomacy with them. And Cell had successful diplomacy with them. But these guys right here seem like bad news. Bad news bears. And these are the 500 strong. So the idea is to get these guys. Let's come over here and fight. At the same time, these guys come over here and fight. And all three of you kind of want to amass your armies and bring them in to finish everything off. Whatever's left over, you just want to finish them off. Now, let's talk about the eventualities, just to get this out of the way, and then we're going to dive into this. The Perrin are going to fight the Karak. You have to assume that unless the Karak win handedly, like if the Karak win, the way they do things is they're just going to eat them. They're going to hunt them down to the last man, no question. So the remaining people is going to be a very small fraction of people that are just going to run past you. Do you hunt them down as well and kill them? Do you try to save them and give them an opportunity to kind of like rest and recover underneath your guard? Like, what do you do in that scenario? All right, cool. Let's assume that the Karak win, but they're actually able to successfully retreat. So there's still a Perrin army. What do you do with the Perrin army then? Then the flip side, the Perrin win. The Karak are retreating. Okay. Do you hunt down the Karak to keep them back? Or do you still fight the Perrin, who won? What's the plans of eventuality? What's the contingencies here for the people that are in charge? Now, for Jake, it's close enough to your home. I imagine I don't know if your character is actually involved in the conversation or if it's Urzug that's involved in the conversation. And the same for everybody else, because it's not like the leaders are necessarily directing what's happening here. You might just be pushing your whoever's in command to be the ones having the conversation. So, where is this conversation being had, and who's it being had between?
Well, Herzog has to prove himself, so I'm not going to be involved in these talks. But he's been told what he's going to do, which is destroy that orc tribe. I dare say he himself doesn't like the parent. So depending on what happens, we'll see. But yeah.
I think Naito's obviously there. I think he'd be firmly in the not killing the parent camp.
Okay. Nick, this is your lady friend. So do you know how 20s, how roll 20s RNG system works? Complicated? Go ahead, Nick.
So Zara basically just has orders to support, observe, report, and if things get shitty, to bounce. That's it.
If things get shitty, to bounce, not to engage in combat and aid your friends.
Well, I mean, yeah, aid friends, but don't get wiped out. She's a small auxiliary. This is a small auxiliary force.
Okay, gotcha. So more or less, stay in ranged combat, but as soon as melee kicks in, flee.
Yeah, hit and run tactics or ranged only.
Gotcha. Hit and run is actually a tactic you can have too, which is fun. But anyways, so yeah, you could definitely do the flee at any point in time. Just make sure you look up the rules for retreating. That's actually important rules to make sure you look up. I think they're referenced in Ultimate Combat.
Is it withdraw?
Yeah, withdraw. I think it's actually in the original mass combat rules for withdraw.
I'm trying to think of Naito.
Aftermath. We have overwhelm, so tactics, overwhelm onslaught, retreat. No, yeah, retreat is an option. That's actually a tactic. Is retreat? That's entirely different. No, retreat is a tactic I think anybody can have. That's right. Or is it withdraw is a tactic anybody can have? Yeah, withdraw is as described in Pathfinder Ultimate Campaign, and then I think retreat is a specialized one. Where your unit can exit the battlefield completely with this tactic. Your unit cannot attack during the battle phase, which means that I think withdraw is an automatic one, and retreat is one that you have to learn. So that's inside the ultimate what book? Did they say ultimate
Campaign.
Which means mass combat. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me find withdraw. Apparently you didn't want to control F. Okay. What the hell? Oh, you know why? It's Firefox. And so it works different. That's right. I don't even see where the thing is where I can click. Oh, there it is at the bottom. So fog. Withdraw. So withdraw is a tactic. But again, you kind of have this mark in the asterisk or difficult tactics. Our default tactics all armies now. So withdraw, standard, which is a standard attack, are the default ones. So withdraw. Your army tries to escape from all enemies attacking it. The army attempts an opposed morale check against each army attacking it to maintain discipline. An army may voluntarily fail this check, but doesn't need to attempt the usual morale check to change tactics when switching to withdraw. If all these checks are successful, your army may withdraw from the battlefield or treats the phase as a ranged phase. If only some are successful, you may withdraw or treats the phase as a ranged phase, but your enemy armies in the area attack you as if you were in melee. Whether or not the check is successful, reduce your army's OM and DV by 2 for the rest of this phase. So more or less you make a morale to run away. And it looks like you have to do it twice because it brings you to range, and one more time I imagine would remove you from combat in general. Which is nice. Cool. Awesome. So kind of keep that in mind. Touch and go tactics, whatever it is pretty cool. So you were asking something?
Yeah. I'm not sure if Naito would actively assist the parent if they were retreating to his lines. I don't know what he would do with that.
Actively assisting is like, stay here, we've got you. Versus if they ran through their ranks, they would just ignore them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just don't know what he would do.
Okay. Awesome. that's horribly balanced and leads to a feast and famine system. However, if you use the 3 dice roll time, it generates a new algorithm for that die. With the 3D dice?
Like
Oh,
with
we always use the 3D dice. Yep, we always use 3D dice. So if I, /R 1d20.
Interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So cool. I didn't know that. Back to the game. So you guys, you know what the tactic is. So it kind of comes down to what it is that the happened between the two armies first before you get involved. So let me read something that was posted forever ago by Joey, and see what the result of this is going to be in a second. Interesting. And where's the other one? Huh. Interesting there too. Okay. Just had to read those. All right. All right. So, what about Naito's feel guilty about the plan to get them slaughtered? Would he do it to help Shado's relations? I gotcha. All right. Good. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's kind of jump into it. Chat. We need to know who is going to be more successful in the battle between the two armies. Now, if you remember from what we had seen over here, the number of soldiers that came up and assisted in the Perrin, and the number of soldiers that were actually coming over and fighting with the what are they called? The Karak in the Barrenlands, the tribe of the Barrenlands. It was let's just say that the Perrin were not as great in number, but clearly better trained. But again, you're going against Karak soldiers. So the favor in the Karak soldiers also have higher ground. They know the land, so on and so forth. So the favor is definitely in with the Karak. But the other soldiers that were supposed to assist, that were supposed to try to join Jake's army, Jake, they were attacking when the Perrin attacked, or they were attacking when you attacked? How was that going?
I assume at the same time we were.
So after the Perrin did their shtick, they were hanging back until then, because they were just kind of sitting ducks at this point. They were trying not to be, kind of destroyed.
Yeah.
So first thing we need to do is see whether or not we can actually get the Perrin over there in time before they've already brought their ire towards that group of people that were hoping to come to you and all that interesting stuff, because you noticed that the scouts are down there. I would say there's a 10% chance that the Karak on the hill screw with the other ones first. So, or even, let's make it a little bit narrower, an 8% chance. Jake, can you ask somebody in chat to roll, and if they roll a 9 or higher, then the small group does not get picked on.
Love Joey roll.
Joey, roll a D100 for me, please.
Bad pick.
63. Cool. Safe. All right, awesome. So now it's a matter of the Karak fighting against the Perrin. Again, it is literally in the favor of the Karak by a decent amount. I would say that it's pretty in their favor. So we're gonna have a couple of rules happen in chat. Who wants to represent the Perrin? Nick, you can represent the Perrin. Awesome. So you get to choose the people that are fighting on behalf of the Perrin. Jake, you're of course going to represent the Karak, because I mean you are a living Karak. So we're going to do this rock paper scissors style just to kind of get it out of the way nice and easy. We're not going to play out this whole combat, because that would take a long time for two armies that you guys aren't visually watching. So for how this is going to play out, Cell, D20s or D100s?
D20s.
D20s, cool. And then Jake, because it is in your favor, you actually do have a solid +3 to these rolls. So whoever you choose, we're adding 3 to what they roll in chat, and Nick, whoever you choose, they're getting flat numbers. Nick, you are the aggressor in the scenario. Who are you picking?
Oh, LD.
LD. That's your first
Nice.
pick. Jake, who's your first pick?
We're gonna go with Xylemos.
Xylemos to the +3. LD is a flat number.
These are both low rollers.
Yep. Anybody else, if you want to be picked, speak up in chat now, because there's going to be 4 more rolls being made, unless there's tiebreakers, in which case more. 4 more rolls being made, so speak up. Don't forget we're rolling d20s. Cool. Nope, says Smoke. What's up, Smoke? I feel like I don't see you that often anymore, but I always appreciate you coming by. I know you're tend to be a bit behind because you're been busy with IRL stuff. You mentioned that some months ago. All right, Xylemos gets a 13. All right, LD.
That's impressive for Xylemos. Not gonna lie.
I mean, honestly,
a 10.
It was a 10.
No, that's what's impressive about it.
Hey, the Perrin coming in strong. Okay, all right. Nick, choose number 2. Who's your second person? Jake, who's your next person?
I'll go last resort. Go ahead.
Last resort. Okay, you're Perrin.
He's gonna go up against Joey because.
You want Joey again? Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with Joey.
Joey's gonna roll 1.
Oh. All right, and we can use maybe Ash and Ty last. So let's see. Joey is 12. So now we need
Redo it last.
last resort. He's gonna roll 12 or higher, buddy. 12 to not lose.
Roll it 1, please.
And Tyler, you were quiet. We didn't know you were there at first. We have at least 1 more roll. It's okay.
Please roll a 1.
Waiting for it. I assume Last Resort knows how to.
Oh, I think he got maybe a duplicate message bot.
I don't know what that means.
He can't type the same message in more than once.
Oh,
Roll a 3.
gotcha. Ooh, okay. All right, so Paradell is failing at this one, so it's tie at the moment. Now it's going to be the tiebreaker round. Unless you guys roll equal numbers, tiebreaker round. We have 2 people here, Ashen Phoenix and Apocalypto_12, which is Tyler. Who wants Tyler?
I don't think Tyler should ever roll for the Perrin. It's kind of like...
I mean, I kind of feel like it.
I was gonna say I was gonna go Ash and Phoenix because I can't cater to whiny little bitches. I don't even know you, Tyler, but you're crying.
Oh no, Tyler.
Come on, Tyler. Show me these good rolls, all right? We need to silence him.
We need that 20, Tyler. Please.
All right,
You kill a lot of
Tyler,
Perrin,
you get a
so-
+3, so handicap for the little bitch. So, waiting for these rolls here. Oh, he rolled a 17 + 3 is 20. Oh shit! Ash, it's time to roll with the natty.
Yes, a 5% chance of winning. Is Ash
Oh
there?
god, Ash is here. Usually Ash is either playing a video game or doing other stuff at the same time. So take him a moment. Oh god,
The
Ash.
anticipation.
I know. I won't lie. The anticipation is building up a little bit.
I've seen Ash roll really well at times.
I wish I could make it so that when they rolled, it could appear on stream, just their rolls. There might be some sort. I could probably do a daddy's trigger for something like that, but I don't think it would give the actual result. Yeah, I don't think I can make it so the daddies roll a result. Yeah, no, I don't think so. That's too bad. That'd be kind of cool.
Ash
If
is more
Ash
quiet.
doesn't respond soon, who's the backup? Nick.
Might have to go with
Muffin.
LB, unless Muffin wants it.
Oh yeah, make Muffin do it. Make
Yeah.
Muffin do it.
Muffin
if Ash,
hasn't rolled.
If Ash doesn't roll before Muffin, Muffin's gotta do it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And Joey, stop being greedy.
Joey's a greedy bitch.
Yeah, Muffin, you.
I shouldn't say that. He has like 11 trump card potential.
Oh, Muffin rolled so well.
Oh my god, is that
Muffin
that's a really
actually-
high.
That's a really
It's
good
a
roll.
hard fought battle.
Yeah, but
The
in the
victory.
end of the day, the Karak win. Wow.
Yeah, but they took heavy losses, so better for us. Thanks.
Oh, come on.
They lost
Did they?
one.
Did
Yeah.
they lose? Did they?
They lost one.
So going over to they did lose one. Yeah. So if you actually go over to the ultimate battle area, when you have an army that's defeated, so this is actually where it gets important because who were the 3 people that rolled for Jake?
Tyler.
Joey and Zonimus.
Cool. Tyler, Joey, and Xylamos get to make a choice then because they're actually representing the Karak group that they're fighting. So you guys actually get to make a choice. So victory and aftermath. After everything's kind of done, after they beat the Perrin, they can kind of choose what they want to do. I mean, they're not going to do things like execution because they're going to do a little bit more than that. They actually want to. Where's the word?
They're gonna eat.
They want to massacre. A victorious army maybe decide that that they lack the resources or desire to keep the enemies alive, choosing instead to wipe them out, killing them to the last. Massacre of enemies earns +1 infamy per army or unit put to the death, regardless of size. +1 additional infamy for every 1,000 soldiers or fraction thereof. Your kingdom earns +2 infamy for a massacre. Okay, so clearly they're going to do a massacre. That's obvious. But it's actually, they need to, it's above this. Hold on, above this. It's, here we go. Disbanded, destroyed. If a defeated army is attacked before the battle ends, it takes a -2 to its DV. If successfully attacked by an enemy army, at least half of its size, which is going to, in theory, be greater than the size, the defeated army is instead destroyed and ceases to exist as a fighting force. In a destroyed unit, the dead equals 1d6 plus 10%, with a 1d4, sorry, times 10%, and 1d4 times 10% for the wounded. Okay, cool. That's for a destroyed army, which is clearly what the Karak are going to do. They're going to go for that. So what we want is, for the 3 that represented the Karak, I need you to vote. Would you just leave the army destroyed? Or would you go out and massacre them? Go out of your way to hunt them down to the last. Each one of you 3 people gets to shoot that played for Jake gets to make that decision. Massacre or destroy. I just need that response. The difference will be defined after or at least the effect will be defined after they make their decision.
The difference is like fat kid with a donut or the dog chasing after bacon bits from the commercial. You know what I mean? Like,
Joey, make a decision based on being a
Karak, not
corrupt,
me.
all right? Not on sell.
Even though everyone knows I very much love to save as many of these people as I could.
okay, he's gonna save them so they can
Two have already voted.
so they
Xylamos
can
and LD already voted.
work in the mind.
Okay, since Xylamos and LD have already voted, now we have to do the rolling portion. So,
LD.
wait, wasn't LD one of them?
He was one of mine.
Oh no, never mind. LD's opinion doesn't matter. So
Joey
Xylamos.
Tyler.
So it's Joey and Tyler that have to choose.
So it's just Tyler.
So Tyler
Yeah, now
and
it's just
Joey.
Tyler.
So Tyler, you're the tiebreaker. Chase them down to the last, or just destroyed. Assuming Tyler's still here. I don't know. His hair is very fluffy. I assume he spends 12 hours a day combing it.
My boy. There we
Wow.
go.
Okay, that defers the answer to you, Jake.
Neither benefit you the most. They don't do anything.
No, they don't. But these are Barren Lands corrupt. We're massacring them. That's
No,
what
I
they do.
I
This is
completely
a
agree.
foreign
with you.
force that have came into the Barren Lands. It's no. They're not even smart. They don't even understand the.
You can't change your vote,
ramifications.
Joey.
They're doing what they're doing.
Joey can't change his vote.
Why? Look, Joey, I'm sick. Can you not cut me a break today for once? All right.
No.
Stop with the
Jake,
fuck
Jake,
joke
it's
and
okay.
that.
Massacre means that
Alright.
we have advantage on the next 2 rolls. So first thing we're gonna do is sorry. Massacre means that for how many are dead, It's instead going to be of a D6 times 10%. It's actually going to be 2d10s. Nick, choose 2 of your people to roll a d10.
All right, LD and Muffin.
Each of you roll a d10. The higher number is the percentage times 10, right? Is the percentage of dead. Well, Muffin was merciful. So LD
100%.
100%.
All of them. Oh my god! Holy shit!
100% of the army is destroyed.
You get to roll a D100 to see if the commander escapes, is killed, or captured. I guess if he's captured, he's also dead.
I mean, only if they retreated. I'd say there's like a small chance that the commander can get away. A small chance that the commander gets away.
There's normally
Super
30%.
small.
A tiny
So like a
chance.
5%.
What's the percentage chance to usually get away?
71 to 100.
What does it usually say that?
It's in mass combat. Losing commanders. If an army is destroyed and the commander is an NPC, the commander is killed between a 1 and a 20, captured between 21 and 70, and escapes between 71 and a 00 or 100.
Okay, but obviously capture means that they were eaten.
Killed.
So Nick, who was the third person in your rolls?
Oh, who was the third person?
It was Muffin. Oh, it was last resort. Last resort.
Yeah.
Appropriately named. Roll that D100. I mean, you better roll high. Otherwise, everything Cell worked on is wasted. Ooh. They went out quick. Oh boy, you rolled an 8. Ouch.
Everything I worked on was wasted, okay? I'm sure correspondence were sent already.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. So the
Barracks, damn you.
I didn't even did anything.
The
What
only,
do you want
the only
about?
correspondence that was sent was that they were
I didn't ruin
approaching your
anything.
border. So all Paradel's going to know is their army disappeared at your border.
Yeah, listen, if I get invaded, it's your problem too, okay?
Oh god. All right, so I want to be clear. A defeated army has typically 10% of its number dead, and 1d4 times 10, so 10 to 40% of its army is wounded and unable to fight. That's a defeated army. Woo, Jesus. Joey's coming in. Oh god, what's he going to do now? Oh,
Fortune
Jesus.
favor?
Listen, he already is affecting upcoming stuff that hasn't even happened yet. So I'm afraid of what's going to happen now. Moving on.
I have stream open now.
So the a successful army, how many they have dead? Oh, maybe hype train incoming. How many they have dead? Actually, if one more attacks on, that'll probably immediately make it a huge hype train, and we can get somebody else a commander. So somebody else that they have, I would say the percentage dead they would have would be very small. We're talking like not even 5%. So it's a matter of how many can no longer maintain fighting out of their 500. Let's say it's even if it's 1d4 from injury and whatnot. Let's say it's 1d4 times 10%. Cool. So I'm gonna pick somebody. Smoke, can you roll me a d4, please? Woot! Thank you, Xylamos, again. Oh wow, yeah, that's instantly gonna be a super high hype train.
Yeah, Xylamos doesn't work because
Yeah,
you're already...
it has to be somebody different. It has to be a third person for it to tack on. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Smoke, you want to throw me that D4, please?
Oh, Shaggy
Oh, hey,
dog.
Shaggy Dog. Hey, what's up? Usually a lurker, a sneaky little lurker.
He's done it.
Oh, hey, only 10% of the army is dead. Oh, is out of the combat. That means out of all 500-ish orcs, 450 of them remain. That's that's impressive.
Fuck.
That's impressive.
That's really bad, though. That's really, really bad.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Can we beat?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Wait, well, hold on. You're 4 armies. How do I connect my Prime account? Oh, buddy, that's Google it. I mean that with love. It requires you to like do stuff both on your Google it.
luckily, they're no longer a huge army,
That's true. They did go down a size. Let's
which
actually
is
look at the rules on
actually
this.
very important to know.
They just split off into 2 smaller armies.
That's bad. That's not quite good either.
Hold on, I'm trying to see the rules for this. I'm in the wrong. No, I'm in the right book. So the rules for R. Because I'm gonna get my numbers set up for our upcoming combat. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, this is.
That's Here we go. So instead of being a single brigade, 500 person army, they can break off into 2 regiments and a company. That's what they can break off into.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's less cash money
Why is that less cash money?
because now we can't concentrate. Now they have like way more HP.
Oh, I get what you're saying. But except, whereas, yes, that is true that there are more units. To be clear, you guys aren't stupid. You're attacking them while they're tired. Like, let's be clear for 100% here. It was your plan from the beginning to move in and attack them while they were tired, right? Like, that was the plan from the beginning. So, fatigue, absolutely. Potentially even exhausted. Does anybody have the scouting tactic?
They don't have rage too, right? Because they would have already used it.
I would actually argue, yes, they would have already used rage as well. So to be clear on this one, a lot of their baseline abilities would be used up. They would have less health points, and there are less soldiers. So for how that kind of works, no one say anything. Uh-oh. Gotcha. Cool.
I'm scared.
I'm trying to make sure. Okay, I got what you're saying. Cool. I'll go over that in a minute. That took me a minute to read. To understand. I got it. Nope, I got it. I'm dumb. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, so it was just the scouting bit. The scouting bit, I think, was actually in this book over here. Scouting. So a unit's ability to notice other armies reflecting the scouting score. Scouting score. This bonus is equal to the perception modifier of the creatures in the unit divided by 4 plus the LB of the scout's commander. So Nick, you're actually the scout. That actually, your group is the smallest group. They clearly are the ones that would be doing the scout. They're also the fastest moving, so on and so forth. So it just makes perfect sense that you are the scout. So that being said, we need to have, what is your scouting modifier? You actually have that on your sheet, don't you?
Do I?
I thought you did.
I
You
don't know.
had something in here. Oh, camouflage is what you had written in there. So a unit's ability to notice other armies is reflected in its scouting score. See camouflage and scouting in Ultimate Battle, which we'll do in a second. This bonus is equal to the perception modifier of the creatures in the unit divided by 4. So probably 0, honestly, or 1, plus the LB, which is leadership bonus of its commander. Okay, so the individual people in your army, Nick's army, are predominantly what race?
Half orc?
Yeah, correct.
Half orc, and half orc have no bonuses to perception or anything like that. So
If they're second level fighters, they might have a perception of 4.
yeah, I'm looking up right now what the basic would be. So we're looking at fighter 2. So I'm looking for, so caravan guard is a basic fighter 2. Where's basic fighter 2? Half orc laughing. Well, that's weird. Yay, hype train. We're gonna see who that goes for. Just grabbing some basic. Almost done here. All right, cool. So caravan guard would typically have a perception of +4. A laughing orc typically has a perception of, it's not noted, but with a wisdom of +1. If they had put 1 rank into it, they would also have a +4. And what's this one over here? Yeah, so I would say it's a 1 is the baseline. That makes sense. That's fair. Plus the what's your leadership bonus for your commander? Is it 3?
Yes, I believe so.
So that's a 4 right there. And the last thing it suggested was the camouflage part that was put over here, which I think is near the bottom of the book.
Camouflage for a platoon, I think it's good.
It's not camouflage. It's the scouting part for a platoon. But yeah, sorry, I said camouflage, but I meant. I'm trying to find out where it's written. If anybody sees it. Oh, here we go. Oh no, this is camouflage, not. I'm right. Scout. Scout. See scouting and camouflage. Except I can't click it. It's not a clickable thing. All right, that's not very helpful. Down. Scouting. Elven Gray scouting. Scouting and camouflage, favorite terrain. Scouting. LB Scout. Determine the LB Scout as described above, substituting knowledge geography for a professional soldier and allowing a bonus for an intelligence score modifier +3 or greater, rather than wisdom on the march. Weird. Okay.
That's because I think in
There
Ultimate
we go. Camouflage and scouting.
Battle they do leadership differently. I think maybe I don't know. It's weird. There's a lot of rules here.
Yep. But that's fine. So I have the camouflage and scouting. An army's scouting modifier is equal to the perception check of the modifier of the creature of the unit divided by 4. So we already said that, which is a 1. Plus the commander, the LB Scout commander, which is, again, we just mentioned a 3, so it's 4 total. So notice any another moving army. You roll a 1d20 and add its scouting modifier against the DC equal to the enemy army's camouflage score, which is equal to 10 plus the stealth modifier, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so more or less you're just rolling a 1d20 plus 4, Nick.
And
Yeah.
because they have armies of 200, they have a -2 to their camouflage.
It was actually 500 at the time.
Then a -5 to the camouflage.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it makes the DC lower by 5.
Makes the DC easy to, yeah, relatively easy.
Oof.
Okay. And since you were watching the battle, we'll say that your character, so it's not a great score. Do you want to modify that at all, Nick?
Yeah. Why don't we, bam.
So you're actually able to notice 2 things. One, you're actually able to get enough insight into what's going on with your scouts, like how the battle is turning out, so on and so forth, like literally seeing the end of the battle and watching them kind of like rain in and just start slaughtering all the others and just like ripping them. It's carnage. Like, you see carnage and some horrors and whatnot that exists inside the Eldamar forests. There's no question about that. But this kind of carnage is outside of the scope of what you typically deal with. It's actually a little bit rattling for your scouts and whatnot to witness. They do, however, notice that there are a few people that are able to get away. When I say they're down to 100%, 100% really means 99% of the people are killed. It's never actually truly 100%. People are able to run away early or somehow it would slip under the skies, hide underneath dead bodies, and use distractions to get away. There's always a amount that survives. Whether or not they survive all the way home is a different question. But you actually notice others that might be involved as well. And we're talking like pittance of people. So whereas your scouts aren't going to go out of their way to rescue these people, you would definitely report that back to the others as to what's going on. So allow this kind of play out because unless everybody here wants to role play as their NPCs.
They lose. Do they lose their standard? Like their bear.
Oh,
the
yeah.
banner.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
I assume I said standard because Paradise was like Rome, and
Yeah.
they called it
a standard. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that you meant standard as opposed to standard. Did they lose their standard action? So
yeah, I got you.
does everybody here want to role play as their own characters NPCs, or do you want to no?
I don't think. I mean, unless anyone else has something to say, I mean, they're fucked. Naito can't help any of them. They're gone. Like, you know what I mean?
That's not what I meant, but I meant role playing as the NPCs. Do you guys want to or no?
I don't mind.
Don't mind is not a yes.
I mean, I can make the decision, like, if there's any major decisions, but probably don't need to RP as them.
Cool. Then I
Yeah.
will. I'll take care of this then. So you can imagine that is it a guy or girl? the hobgoblin?
Girl. Yeah.
What was her name again?
Zara.
With a what?
Zara.
With a Z.
Z-A-R-A,
Gotcha.
yes.
I wasn't sure. Sorry. So Zara comes riding back with her scouts. The scouts had broken up. It was only 20 people. So her scouts actually break up into, you can imagine, into probably 5 groups of 4, right? Like really trying to take in different areas. Always kind of try to. So even if the furthest most scouts will have a chain of sights to one another. If one sees something, they can signal down the chain to the other, so they all know what's going on. So Zara, when she finally returns back to the group and informs Urzog and what's his name, Naito, of what had transpired and the fact that they're hunting them down, Urzog is probably laughing. Ha 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 ha! That's right. Guess we don't have to worry about them Perrin scum. Like a hard clasp onto Naito's arm. Ha 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 ha! We're good. Like really happy about what's happening, and then of course informing them that that they're actively doing this, and it's like. They're distracted, and so it would take some time to make sure we all mobilize into the correct areas, but they are distracted and bloodthirsty and tired. They might be able to, might be the good time to strike, kind of like suggesting it. But also what I saw was, and kind of describing that scenario out, one thing that Urzog would be scratching his chin and thinking of, being like, yes, tired, but when you kill, you eat. And eat give back vigor. And this is literally a thing where in the armies there's a boon where if you actually eat the flesh of your enemies, you're actually able to heal some of the missing health points for certain like traits, and certainly reduce the consumption of the army, which is gross but cool. So it's one of those things we're kind of like weighing out. Ooh, they might have a slight vigor, but they might literally be fatigue. Now might be a perfect time to strike, unless you guys want to hold back. Naito, however, chiming in would be like, we can move into strike, we can coordinate it well, but however, there are those that are fleeing. The Perrin have lost, and that's their own problem. But if we come across any that are fleeing, we should save them. It is our responsibility to save them. We did put them in this danger, and they are simply soldiers following orders, trying to make a life for themselves. And so he put that in Urzog weak, kind of like, ugh. That he's thinking it this way, and even Zara, I would be thinking we'd be wasting our time with it. If they follow us, that's one thing, but we'd be wasting our time to scoop them up. And I imagine that again, Naito really knuckling down would be like, it is our responsibility. We put them in this harm. They were not bringing violence to us. We brought them to violence. And so there'd be kind of the argument back and forth as to what to do. And Zara would agree to it, saying, we have to send word over to the Varrix's people, the ones that are hoping to join Varrix anyways. You have that small window, but you better be there for the fight. That sort of scenario. And so then they would kind of all move in. Obviously, Jake, you would have a few of your soldiers going over to join. The number that leave to go join the others is negligible. To go join them and lead them into the fight. So it kind of all gets coordinated well enough to come into the fight. As for the coordination, I do need from you guys a roll. Now, the best amongst you may make this roll for coordinating the combat. Now, if I remember correctly, does your brother have a specialized tactics roll or something like that, or is it just specifically profession?
It's just profession soldier. That's it.
Okay, I thought you had something. Oh, you know what it is? I'm confusing it with Joey. Joey in our Patreon campaign doesn't just have the same skill as others. He also has specifically a tactics or a strategy skill.
Oh, yeah, and GURPS.
In the GURPS game, yeah. And because I'm playing with you right now, I'm getting it confused with GURPS because, yeah. God, that game it's slow paced, but it's really fun. I have a lot of fun with it. It's a little slow. So anyways, so you guys are coordinating to pull this in. So the best amongst you, whoever's the highest bonus for profession soldier,
I assume it's me.
It's probably Naito, has to roll to see how well coordinated this assault is going to be.
Yeah, no one has higher than a +10, right?
Jesus, no.
I got +0 if that counts. I mean, just take the 1 away.
Counts a lot.
Yeah, my random gen NPC is
21. Do we want to luck it, guys, or do we think 21's pretty good?
I think it's pretty good.
To hit like the next milestone, I had to roll 4. So I
Yeah.
figured like, so I think I would leave it. I think it's fine. 21's a really good
Yeah.
number.
I'm actually making one of the 15 emotes I haven't made is a lucky emote, so we can actually have a proper one for a chat to use. Anyways, so yeah. So anyways, the you guys actually coordinate this extremely well to move in. The big thing is that battle that went on for a considerable amount of time. A typical army would actually be fatigued after something like that. But this is the typical army. This is Karok. So that's important to know. But the big question is, would your characters want to attack during the day or in the middle of the night? Now, you actually, with a high roll like that, you get to make the final decision. I get to influence you on what that means. So, when you're attacking during the night, excuse me, visibility and darkness, and dark vision does not exactly counter this. In darkness, melee attacks for people with dark vision, people without dark vision, suffer a -2. Ranged attacks suffer a -4. DV suffers a -1. Scouting is worse and movement is slower, so on and so forth. So creatures, yep.
I think we should attack during the day because we have the advantage of ranged weaponry. Going at night would just take that advantage away.
Actually, dark vision does eliminate the that penalty. So they have dark vision, being Karak. I don't know if all of you do. So daytime is.
I mean, I imagine my clan is primarily half orc, and then hobgoblin. They also have dark vision.
A parent have low light vision. I guess hobgoblins do have dark vision. Yeah.
So in the end, I don't think it would matter.
Fair enough. Light sensitivity, creatures, visibility. Okay. An army with the special quality takes penalties in bright light, as other creatures do in dim light. So that's light sensitivity if you're dealing with that. And dark vision, is that written in here? They did it because that would just make life too easy. All right, cool. So what you want to do is attack during the bright time, like during midday, is what you're suggesting, like while they'd be resting.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And they're going to be fatigued. Cool. So to be clear, that's a -1 melee, -2 ranged, but this army doesn't have ranged. We already defined that before, right? And fatigue, we have to look back up to those rules. And Josh thought this wouldn't matter. Fuck you, Josh. You're not even here anymore, man. Fatigue, here we go. So an army that's fatigue takes -1 to their OM and their DV, and they cannot use Furious Charge or Overwhelming Onslaught, so on and so forth. So that's important to note. -1, so it's a minus to a 1 to OM and DV, and everything else. Cool. Sorry, going all the way down. Sorry, just slow as fuck. And so -1 OM, so it's a -2 to melee, and that doesn't matter. Okay, cool. I'm making the army now.
Yeah, -2 to attack mod, the OM, and then a -1 to DV.
Yep. So this is gonna be what, 200 soldiers? I said it is.
Which one?
Their armies.
Yeah, 200, 150.
Yep. And 50 is this big. Cool. Now it's important to note. It's funny. There's actually a barbarian 2 is cannibal. It's a CR1, and so the rules for I could actually more or less just kind of copy Jake's rules, but go up a little bit from there. When you're 200, what's the plus to your CR?
+8.
+8. Cool. I did not have this put in here yet because we didn't know the outcome yet. So +8, so that's the CR of 9. Your health points are what, 6.5 times 9, right?
Yep.
Awesome. But they're of course going to be injured, to be clear.
Yeah.
In the future, these kind of numbers would be already set, so you guys don't have to like wait for them to be factored out. You'd know them in advance. Their DV should be their ACR plus what?
ACR plus 10.
10.
It says, wow, that's huge. It's 19.
Yeah.
Barring penalties, there's going to be penalties. And their OM is their just their ACR, which is 9.
Yeah, -2.
Cool. Yeah. They're going to be taking penalties again, of course. So we'll be dealing with this in a second. They're
I don't
not.
know, this-
They're not at
this
full
seems-
strength.
This seems like we could probably easily lose this time.
And then when you're dealing with a 50, it's plus what for when you're dealing with only 50 soldiers? Plus 4. So that's just 5. So it's plus 5. Plus 5.
I mean, you have to roll like above a 15 to hit them. So
Yeah, I would if I do cautious combat.
Cool. I need from chat. I need Joey's a big boy. Joey, can you go ahead and roll me a d6. Last resort. Am I partnered on Twitch? Sadly, no. I'm affiliate here and partnered on my other channel. Last resort. Could you go ahead and roll me a d6 as well? Joey, that sucks. And hey, what's up, Fitzy? Fitzy, if you're still here, you want to roll me a d6, please?
You rolled a 1, Joey. Why? Thank you, last resort.
Thank you. So that is what's 6 times 4? 24.
Yeah.
So, and then rolled a 4. Thank you, Fitzy. So, 3 times 4 is what? 12.
Yep.
Okay. And then we know that their melee phase is going to be having fatigue as a -1. So this is, and then because it's bright light, they're suffering the -2? We said?
Say again? Their OM is -2 because of fatigue.
Yep.
And because of
Yep. I got it.
And then the DV is -1.
Yep. And that's assuming no other factors. Okay. Ooh, shit. Okay. All right. Any other factors involved in this fight before we jump into it?
The Karuk on our side?
No. Any other factors to them?
I don't believe so.
Cool.
They probably wouldn't have leaders for all those armies.
Oh, they're Karuk. Do they really have leaders? What's the penalty for not having a leader? Because you
I
always
have no
assume
idea.
you always assume a default is a plus 0. All right.
I guess, yeah. We could probably assume they have a plus
And
0.
since they won, you also have to assume they just won a battle. You have to assume their morale is decent. All right, cool.
Yeah. Not wrong. Very right.
And they are holding the high ground, so they get a +1 to melee from that, which counters some of the penalty.
Why would they have the high ground?
They're on a hill. Look at the map.
Yeah, but when they fought the Perrin, they wouldn't be on a hill and they'd be eating their bodies, right?
Oh yeah, because they chased them off the hill. You are completely correct. They chased them off the hill. That actually gives an opportunity for you guys to try to take the hill, but that's a different conversation entirely, which we can get to. All right. Let's jump in and grab some. They are not mounted. I'm just using this as a token. They were what about 100 strong. This army here. And then to finish off this little bit, and then we can finally jump into the goddamn fight. Oops, sorry, that was too big. 5. And again, in the future, these kind of things will be set up before we actually get to the fight phase. For the last army, because they're 100 strong, what's the modifier for 100?
It's +6, so it's 7.
7. Except it shouldn't be. Or we should do it because they're not all fighters. So it should be 5. So we'll do it as 5. So the average for them is going to be...
Wouldn't that 500, wouldn't the other tribe also not all be fighters?
No, because they sent forward their fighters. They sent
Okay.
forward that's their people, so on and so forth, times 5. So we just make them a little bit weaker. Nothing crazy. That's barely a modifier difference. That means that they're it's 5 plus So their attack should just be 5, right? And their defense should be 15.
Yeah.
Cool. I think I flipped it for... Nope, I did it right. Okay, cool. Wait, why is this one over here, which is only 50 strong, that same? Oh. Wait, it's +5, you said?
It's no, it's plus 6.
So 7
7, and then you lowered it.
to +5, which is 6. And that's why. Because I did the math wrong. Cool. So this should be 36 health. 36 health. There should be a 16. 16. I just misunderstood you. 6. 6, and they're at full strength. Cool. All right, let's pull this into the imagery that chat can see.
I imagine we take the hills.
Well, that's going to be a thing you're going to have to strategically try to do. You're going to have to try to take the hills instead of attacking during a phase. And you won't necessarily be able to fit everybody up there. Actually, you might be able to. It's just you won't be able to coordinate as well. Cool. So you have the Karak are down here amongst one another, right? They would, of course, be near to one another, as they had finished feasting on all of the other peoples. You have, going back over to the map that we saw just a moment beforehand, the Perrin, when they came in, just loading up so I can show you guys. When the Perrin, when they came in before, they actually were, I don't know if you remember, there were a couple of different groups. Oop, delete this person. There were a couple of different groups that came in that also kind of joined together to make that larger group that's there. Most of them would have been killed, whatever, da-da-da, so they all died. But they came from specifically the east. So that meant that this group that was over here, when you guys came down to fight, we have your army here, we have Nick's auxiliary army here, and where was the other army? Jake, did we never make you a token?
Why am I not on there?
I don't see a token for you currently. Yeah, it's Tessel. So we need to get one for you. We can have you be... We need to actually get you guys like little tokens that are your flags. So, for now... We actually... Hold on. Yeah, we could just do that. We'll just use your flags. So, boom, boom, boom. Where are your flags? Densho. Shado. And Kushi. All right. Making you nice and small. You guys were meeting, I think, originally on this hill here because there's a base there, right? Except for Nick was starting off in the scouts, but you guys kind of came down and joined together when everything was happening. And I imagine because it was a central point, you guys probably, my apologies, would have worked off of his tower here. Right? Everybody understand that?
Yeah, I don't think we can see what you're doing.
You can on stream.
It's on stream. Okay.
Yep.
I see.
Gotcha.
Comprehendo.
And then fixing this side over here. We're just gonna do a good old fashioned flip. Vertical flip. Yeah. All right. Now that we have we can understand on stream, you can kind of like see where the different flags were, where everybody kind of like was coming from and going to and all that fun stuff. When we were saying that the armies are kind of moving in to go and attack this area, which is where they are, they actually have their base camp or whatever it is kind of up on a hill itself, because this is actually where their home is. So they would have gone and hunted and chased and killed, so on and so forth. They actually would be holding the hill, but not all of them would be, right? Because that's where their baseline is. So you can imagine some of them are holding the hill and others have gone out to go chase. It's one of the reasons why they've broken up into multiple groups. So when your characters come in to do the assault, so kind of like pulling it in, so your characters come in to do the assault, you can imagine that you're probably leaning around this way, allowing this other group to come in from over here, right? So you guys can do the attack. I'm going to drag and drop us over onto the other map for everybody, viewers and everybody to see equally. Over on this map over here, I have to back up a little bit so I can see a little bit better. Same for you guys. Back up so you can see a little bit better. Up just a smidge more. We can see that over here we have some of them would have maintained the hill up high. One of them would kind of like maintain the hill low down here. Another would have maintained out here. Your characters, where they would have come in from, would have been kind of along the scout. Most likely would actually be the scout would actually be the one that would have been, you know, most over here. Jake's would have been here. This group coming in here. Jake's coming in here. Tesla's coming in here, and the scout's kind of coming in over here. That's kind of how I see that happening. So this is like where we can imagine the armies being situated. Now, moving the armies is not actual like movement speeds or whatnot. These squares are not actually representative of any amount of distance, so on and so forth. This is just to give us a visual representation. Every round is done kind of differently. So if Tesla's like, I move into range position, and he just drags over here, that's fine. We don't have to worry about like how much distance that really is. Okay, cool. We all get that. So now that we're actually bringing it into the actual combat phase, where how it is that they're situated, you have one small group kind of up a hill, the final group kind of way up a hill, and then you have one of the large groups down below, not being protected like the others. With this kind of being said, what we're going to do is we're going to bring it into the combat, and combat starts with a tactical phase. Now, before anybody does their before anybody rolls their tactical phase, which we're going to get into, I need what you to do is you're going to actually chats to me, which I think to talk to GM, it's is it /whisper/GM? Is that what you do? Does anybody remember?
Yeah, I think it's /WGM.
/WGM. Hi, Scott.
Yeah, that works.
Wait. Oh, is it all one word? /W? What do you write?
No, /W space GM space what you want to type.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I didn't do that first space. Cool. So all you have to do is you have to tell to me before we roll our actual tactics phase. You're going to tell me. I need to remember this is page what? 26. Okay. Going back to page. Almost there. Almost there. And Jesus Christ, where is it? Is it even above that? Where's strategy? Oh, here it is. Okay, you have to tell me on the PDF. It's page 4 in Ultimate Battle. It's going to be, you have to tell me what your strategy is, and if you have a tactic you intend on using, what your tactic is. So again, /W space GM space your strategy and your tactic, because altering your strategy in the future requires checks. So you have to choose which of those you're going to go with, because this modifies your OM.
If it moves at 1, it doesn't. It's if you move it more than 1.
If you move your strategy by 1, I don't believe it requires you to make a check. Correct.
Yeah.
Now, it's important to note that Casualties Modifier. The Casualties Modifier applies to damage dealt by you and damage dealt by your enemies, including from failed attacks and friendly fire. This number is reduced to eliminate the doubling effect and the published rules caused by adding an additional modifier to damage when an existing modifier only damage directly. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Yep, I understand that.
All right, I sent you mine thing.
Yep, I see exactly what you put there. Awesome. And what are you using, Jake and Nick? And chat, you can see on stream what the strategies are. I will allow chats to vote on what it is that the Karuk that are looking to join Jake's army are doing. We're going to make this a poll. I did not see whatever that highlight message is. I'm going to read that in a second. Go ahead.
That sounds like it's going to take a very long time.
What is?
If we pull them every time? Or
no, just this one time.
Okay.
This is the joining Karuk.
Okay.
This is while you guys are typing. Hold firm. I might have typos in here because I'm going quick.
You can only do one tactic, right?
Correct. All right, 1 minute poll. You guys go. This is the group that is looking to join Jake's army.
Wait.
It's these people are who you're voting for, not the bad guys that you're attacking. All right, I think I got everything from you guys. Cool. I think we're good. Last resort said, not sure if you saw, not sure if you saw Scott. It's important, but leaderless armies lose 1 morale a week. Yeah, that's fine because this is just a group of Karuk that fought yesterday. Would the Spearhead tribe have no leaders? The Spearhead tribe? Oh, the people that you guys encountered. Gotcha. I actually see the Spearhead tribe as having having no proper leaders, so their bonuses are pretty shit. Cool. Let's see what the answer is, and it looks like it's a tie, aggressive and all out. So I'll allow I will take the more conservative option there.
Just a correction. Defensive tactic isn't a tactic. It's just a boon. But I'm not gonna do it. I know where the normal tactics at, or is it just nothing else to it?
Yep, universal tactics. Yep, gotcha. All right, cool. Awesome. I'm applying my modifiers. You guys make sure you apply your modifiers. Well, because you can actually maybe adjust yours if you see. I need everybody to go ahead and roll me your profession soldier check. Funny thing about these armies.
I rolled a 4.
Okay.
Oh, huge, Nick.
Nice, Nick.
Way to go, random generated NPC, right?
Yeah, I mean, I rolled a 4, so I can't be really too upset with an 18 from a 4.
Oh, we should have been. I'm gonna have to add this to the initiative tracker thing.
Well, this changes every turn.
Yeah. But that's something that we can be much more easily adjusted. I'll have to. There's a way to actually make this work a little bit more easily, and I actually know how to make a super simple fucking macro for this, by the way, which we'll do in the future. All right, so the big foe's low got a 16. Varric rolled shit, but everybody else rolled well. Rolled above.
So for every 5 you roll above the enemies, you get to either change your tactic. They change their tactic based on what they're doing, or know the tactic they are doing.
If you beat them, you already also get to know the strategy. So
yeah, but you get to know the tactic too, which is important if they have a tactic.
So to be clear, for the two of you that beat all of the armies, you actually can tell that this one that's down here that's completely caught in the outright, they're going for an all-out attack. That's just their tactic that's there. This one up here is going for cautious advance. This one up here is actually in hold firm for right now. So this one's going to be all-out attack. Oh, I should probably name this so you guys can all see it. That might make
I have
more
a
sense.
question.
Yeah.
We'll get arranged off before they engage us, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That actually is 100% a thing. So hopefully you actually hit with that. But absolutely. So that's Cash +2, which we can look that up in a second. Cool. So that's been modified on there. We're going to call this one Cautious. And Cautious is a -2. Oh, I didn't even apply my penalties on here before. That sucks. So they already had a -2, so that's only a 2. That's only a 1. That's terrible. And a +2 here, which gets us back to a 15. And then this one's going to be Hold Firm. And Hold Firm is going to be a -4 +4. Cool. All right. So that everybody technically acts simultaneously. Let me adding to the initiative tracker over here. and then we can finally make this easy. Then we finally get into rolling. Really rolling. That's a lovely rule book. A really lovely rule book. Thanks. All right. Add turn. This is the up high. What did they roll? That doesn't matter. They're going last. But high is an 8. I'm just setting this up so it's easier to fix in the future. Small got a 5. Big low got what? 16.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have, what did these people get? A 5, I think? Or what did our friends get? A 5 as well?
Yes.
And then Tesla got what?
18.
I have to move you down because I can't find it. Okay. 18. Nick got, Jake got what?
7.
And you can move your guy back up if you'd like. I got it. And Nick got what?
1.
21.
Okay. And then we'll descend. Awesome. So then just for the sake of, it's all technically happens simultaneously. But now that you guys know what tactics they're using 0 tactics and you know what strategies they're using. Nick, you kind of going first here. Who would you approach?
My hope is that we all swarm the all-out guy down in the bottom. So that's who I'm going to approach for ranged.
Oh, yeah. I'm making a macro. Cool. So you go ahead and do that real quick. You move up to him and don't actually roll for the range yet. We'll do that in a moment. Actually, yeah, because he can't act, you absolutely can go ahead and roll ranged. Roll your ranged attack.
Okay, so that's 20 plus what? 5. Rough.
Wow.
Nick, you
Um,
have one job.
what does a natty 1 do in this scenario?
Oh, I think it's bad.
Yeah,
I think there's
you hurt your friends or some shit like that. Or like you hurt yourself.
luckily we're all not engaged yet, or
Do you want to double check and see what happens when you roll a natty 1? Please tell while I'm pulling up something real quick.
I'm looking for it right now.
Thanks. Come on.
At melee phase, I think it would be under.
Click, you fucker. Click. I hate how slow Roll20 is for loading things. Like, kills me how slow the servers are. It's gonna be... What's it called? Strategy initiative? What's the initiative called?
Tactical initiative.
Thank you. Tactical initiative. Make sure this is visible to all players. So you can choose a token and then add your modifier to that will be how you do it. And we can worry about how to do that even better in the future. You think you need rerolls for Nick? Yeah, good point. All right, well, so while Nick's trying to figure that out, it's actually Shadows next.
If you arranged rolls in that one, your allied army automatically takes 1d6 minus 3 points of damage, while in natural 20, your allied army never takes damage. This is for friendly fire.
Yep. But that's actually not an issue because there are no allied armies. There will be allied armies in range, though, I think.
Not engaged, I presume.
Oh, yeah, nobody's engaged yet. You're right. So it's actually safe. Ooh, hey, Pat. Patty cake. You coming? Oh, God, the scooters. Pat,
Hey, this is fine. He got to miss all of the Pathfinder books.
But hold on. Didn't we accept a critical failures when you roll 91?
Yes, but what
So,
would
Nick,
it
since
do?
we're affecting critical failures, since you rolled a 91, you get to have a -3.
Maybe he just loses. Maybe he
minus
loses
3
his
for
ranged
your
weapons.
OM for ranged attacks for the rest of the combat.
At least it's not for melee too.
And True Initiative agrees.
For the rest of combat,
Okay, fine. For the
That's
next
brutal.
D6 rounds.
That's all of combat.
And True Initiative can roll a d6. Exclamation point D6 in chat, please. True Initiative. Thank you. All right.
So I'm gonna go then. I'm gonna do the same thing he did. I'm gonna engage in ranged.
Yep.
So I'm gonna attack him with ranged, which is
Ooh, 6
my-
rounds. Ouch. I
Which
protest
is-
against this.
20 plus 5.
Just so you guys know what's going on, there's actually army combat happening right now. We have literally armies fighting. Oh!
Oh, okay.
Okay, what happens if you have a natty 20? Feast
Well,
or
no-
famine, Jesus.
No friendly fire.
Well, okay, fair enough. But,
But
no extra
it
damage.
It should do extra damage because
Yeah.
we have nat 20s.
Let's say that on this attack, you do plus 3 damage.
Yeah. So it's their
Hang on. Plus, why don't we make it +3 for 1d6 rounds on,
That's
uh,
crazy. No, I'm just affecting Nick for the next round.
so
So.
DV. So it's their DV. What's their DV?
Oh, my apologies. So,
13?
their DV is a 13. Yes.
So calculator.
What? We're talking about 20.
25.
28 take
minus-
away 13 is 15 damage.
That's a good chunk.
Yeah, that's huge.
15. Yeah, it's 15 damage.
That's 15 damage. That's crazy. That's a huge attack. You actually almost have them bloodied from that one attack. That's amazing.
Do they have to make a morale check to get how much damage the check take?
No. All right.
Sad
and,
face.
And so after that's after your turn. That actually goes to once again. I know it shows that all out being next.
They have +2 casualty because they're going all out.
Oh, you're right. They do have +2 casualty. So it's -2 more. Good call. Jake, I know technically speaking, they look like they go next initiative, but they don't have a ranged modifier. You actually get to go next, and then we come back. So then we're going to go back to the top in a second.
Move to range or whatever.
Yep.
Is that range or do I need to be closer?
One more
Right
down.
there. Right there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're fucking this dude up.
Absolutely destroyed it. What word is banned? Ooh, I wonder what word they said that was banned.
You know what word?
I actually don't know. I have to look.
Scooter.
Is it?
Yeah, Scooter still bans.
Oh, it is. It is. It was actually 100 bits were dropped to a band's message. Oh, that's so funny.
It's my OM plus whatever stance thing I took, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chat, I do have to say that maybe one day I'll get rid of the scooter ban. Maybe.
Yes. Nice damage.
All right. So that's you went against there, so that counts as it's against
That's
what?
5.
3, so it's 5 plus 2
Minus-
is the casualties thing.
Yeah.
So it's -7. Oof.
Is that because mine is +1 casualties? Do I apply that to them as well?
Actually, technically speaking, yes, you do. Yeah, absolutely, you actually would. So I will apply that right now because it's a two-sided thing. And funny enough, I think because you did that, hold on, that means
They're below half, yeah.
they're actually now bloodied. Okay, so let's look up the rules for bloodied condition because that's a factor.
We
You
fucked
guys,
these dudes up.
just in the ranged phase alone, you got them to the bloody. All right, bloodied. An army that is reduced below half of its hit points, because before it equaled half, because because they have what 50 what is their max? 56 is their max,
58.
or whatever it is. So below half during any battle, whether its side is ultimately victorious or not, becomes bloodied. A bloodied army has lost a substantial number of soldiers to death or permanent injury, and no amount of rest, recovery, or even magical healing can bring them up to its full fighting strength. A bloodied army is treated as though its ACR is 1 less than normal for all purposes. This reduction applies each time it has been bloodied, and the effects stack for purposes determining OM, DV, maximum hit points, and all other game effects. So maximum hit points may drop, but their total hit points, their current hit points, will not drop. But the other things will be, except for consumption is the only thing it doesn't affect. So since their OM just went down, that meant their max and current modifiers all went down. So that's
By 1. Yeah.
Yep, 18 and 12 now. And their max health went down by, what would that be, 6. So,
Yeah, so their DV right now is a 12,
12,
and
correct.
11. Yeah.
now we go to the melee phase. The melee phase is done simultaneously. But here's the fun part. I have to actually choose which army I'm fighting while all armies are fighting me. Okay? So that being said, this army obviously is going to move up into melee. And you guys are all going to step up into melee at the same exact time. You are swarming this army all at once. Unless any of your characters choose, instead of melee phase, you can actually choose to back off. Like Nick, your army might choose not to engage in this. You might choose for your melee phase instead to make the morale check to withdraw back to the range phase and not engage in melee. God forbid they choose you to attack. Okay? So that might be your choice. Everybody else, however, I imagine you're stepping up and into melee.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then because I have to tell you, because you guys, the two armies that are rolled better than me know this before I do it. I am all out attack, and I'm telling you which army I'm all out attacking. I can tell you that. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was asking what the smaller army is doing.
I'll go over that in 1 second.
Okay.
I am going to all out attack Clan Shadow because they're smaller and they're not so easily able to retreat. Clan Shadow is aware of this. They might choose to retreat. It's up to you guys. The smaller army is actually going to drop themselves from being up on the higher hill, doing cautious advance. They're actually going to attack this other army from behind because flanking is a factor.
So if I know they're going to attack me, then I would choose to back up so they don't have that ability, right?
Just so everybody can see what we're looking at here. You can choose to not engage in melee and to withdraw instead using the morale check to be able to do so.
Yeah, that makes sense because then they can't attack me while they're getting fucked from the side.
Correct.
Then
That helmet
that's
looks
what I'm
sad. Oh, that's funny. All right, cool. And I'm just looking really quickly up for the flanking rules. Okay. Weird. Control F. Flanking. Oh, if flanking's not working, how about just flank? Okay, flank does work. Expert flankers. Increase and decrease. So your army is skilled at surrounding its foes and distracting them. Oh, it's actually a tactic, apparently. Your army is skilled at surrounding foes and attacking them. The cost of spreading out oh, gotcha. So that's if your own people are flanking. But what if multiple armies are flanking?
I mean, honestly, I would probably have a minus to the DV of the army that's getting flanked.
No.
By the one it's not facing.
I just give a bonus to OM instead. Yep.
Yeah.
So we're going to give flanking as per typical Pathfinder rules. You just give us a +2 to attack modifier. I think it's kind of fair that if you guys are out flanking like this, that you can get a +2 to your modifier. But that means that these armies get it as well. So
that's fine.
+2 to your OM for this.
So I'm retreating.
Okay, but we're going to do Nick first. Nick, you're engaged in melee. So you can go ahead and engage in melee.
Okay. But I'm at a -3 OM? Or is that for ranged only?
Ranged only. For your next ranged attack. Unless you're retreating.
No.
Okay.
If he knows they're not going to attack him, why retreat?
Very true. Yeah, not +50. I suck today.
13. Well, luckily for you, their OM
It
just
is.
drops to a 12.
Yeah.
And they have +2. Do you have any what was your tactic, Nick?
Cautious.
So that means -1?
I think I already added that in. So.
My
Because-
apologies. -1 to casualties.
Oh, yeah.
And I have +2 casualties. So that means you only do an additional 1 damage. So you actually do two health points of damage to them. Okay, cool.
Gotcha.
All right, awesome. So I'm going to recount what's going on in this chaotic combat in a moment. After we finish the whole round, we'll recount how this is all playing out. All right. So that's going to be Nick's turn. You're going to try your morale check to try to back up.
Yeah, and that's
What's it
Plus-
called again? The retreat? No.
Withdraw.
Withdraw.
Withdraw. What is that? That's
Withdraw is
Plus
you
10.
attempt an opposed morale check against each army to maintain discipline. So your morale check versus mine. I have a feeling like you're gonna crush me. Go ahead.
So to make sure I understand, yeah. So that means I have a plus 10 in total, right?
Normally, right? But you used your tactic, didn't you?
No, I didn't use my cautious combat tactic.
Okay, gotcha. So then you're going to
So just a d20 plus 10.
10. All right, chat. I want to. Can I crush you too, Scott? Yeah, yes, you can, Josh. So I want somebody in chat to roll for me. It doesn't matter what my modifier is. I need somebody in chat to roll me a natty 20. Let's say, I don't know who we got here. Inoli. Exclamation
Don't.
point D20. Oh, Smoke, I would have done it for you. I would have. Sorry. Oh, last resort! Last resort is my guy! Last resort is my guy! Last resort is my guy!
You didn't ask him. You didn't ask him. You didn't ask him. You didn't ask him.
Last resort's my guy!
You didn't ask him. You didn't ask him.
Last resort.
You did not ask him. That does not count.
It unfortunately is in Ollie. And if in Ollie doesn't respond in the next 15 seconds, we're going to go kick over to Smoke Muffin, who volunteered first. Unfortunately. If Smoke Muffin refrains, though, I'll take it from last
No,
resort.
you can't. That's not how that works.
5.
You'd have to
Four,
reroll for last resort.
Oh, and now let's say goodnight, everyone. Didn't even notice that. So, Smoke, it's up you. It's you, Smoke. Smoky, Smoke. Give me that natty 20 that last resort stole from you. Snaga
rolling,
stole
everyone.
the die roll, douche.
Stop. Muffin, you gotta roll again. Send a different message and then type it.
No, he could just. Oh, I get what you're saying. What's only a 5-second cooldown, anyways? So. All right, here we go.
The dichotomy. It's like our Nick's roll, my roll, last resort, Muffin. So what happened to them?
I lose morale. I actually lose some morale. That sucks. Okay. Ouch. And you get away, to be clear.
Yeah,
You're able
I
to-
disengage.
And what they are doing is they're actually pursuing, but you disengage, so more or less their turn is wasted. As you move back and they chase forward, their turn is wasted. And that's going to go to that's the perk of being able to know what they're doing in advance, right? This army right here is stepping up and fighting because they're just following after and chasing them, attacking them. So they get to attack as well. All out wasted their turn. Hold firm is actually staying held firm. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing you guys. There we go. Technically speaking, before I get to have my other fun things, Jake, you get to go. Mind you, this happens all simultaneously, to be clear. So I still get my attack. Even if I die by you, I still get my attack that was lost. But my other army does. 14, and you have a +1, and I have a +2, right? So 14 is 2 plus 3 is 5, so it's -5. Jesus. He has a tearing through them. And then this army, this little army over here, which has their normal +6, they're flanking, so they have 2 more on top of that, so they have a +8. Actually, I will allow, let's
Wouldn't
see.
Daelric be flanking?
Nero, go ahead and, roll me that D20, please. I got a 8 on top of whatever you roll. And then I will handle the bad guy right here. 20 plus. Oh, Jesus, they have a +1. Oh my God, that's so bad.
Yeah.
Oh!
0.
Didn't even do anything. And Nero rolled a 5. Jesus, Nero. 5 plus, what did I say? 8? Oh, at least 5 plus 8 is what? 13?
Yeah.
And they're going standard, and they're going, so that's a -1, so it's actually a -3 because they're all-out attack.
Isn't our dudes doing aggressive?
These guys aren't.
Okay.
Yeah, they're normal. All right, cool. Awesome. I think that is everybody. Yeah. That brings us to the top of initiative. Nick, funny enough, even though you made it a melee attack, he moved away from your melee people. You could actually just sit comfortably inside the ranged phase. Now, moving up back to the ranged phase, sit comfortably there and make an attack, and avoid the melee phase moving forward if you would like.
Sounds good to me.
That also, Shado, you are not able to use the ranged phase because even though you retreated, they followed after you. You lose your ranged phase, but they also lost their melee.
Okay, so I'm still I'm in melee phase.
My apologies. They did vote aggressive. I am so sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm so sorry. So that actually means a couple more health points. I'll look that up right now.
It would be 3 more.
1 more.
Well, no, because their OM would go up.
It already is.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Nope, it isn't.
Oh, so
I'm adjusting now. Cool. Nick, wait on you, buddy.
All right, so ranged.
Yep.
So I'm not in ranged anymore. I'm in melee. Just we didn't fight, correct?
You are just going to be doing the melee fight this time. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I asked because of my reach.
Nick, before you do that, I am so sorry. Everybody, what I need you to do, this is actually a new thing. So actually, instead of doing that, I am so sorry. Everybody actually has to
we have to re-roll for tactics, right?
Click your token, and at the make sure you add under macros. There's a new macro that's called Tactical Initiative. Make sure it's in bar, and then whatever your modifier is, Jake. That's for you. It's easy. It's a 0, right? For whatever your modifier is, just make sure you type that when you click your token and roll. So I was saying for these guys, they were rolling with a plus what? 1.
What happens when I roll a 1 on initiative?
You lose your phase? Same as always? No.
That seems like a little ridiculous.
No. We just get a penalty. You just get, let's say, penalties to morale checks that round.
Okay.
We'll say a -2 to morale checks that round is fair.
Yeah, I mean, I still have a plus, like 10, so that's fine. Or plus
And then
8.
Cool. So where did my initiative go? So we have all of you guys rolled, right? Cool. Now we're back in order. Hold firm actually gets to go first. You guys didn't tell me what your tactics were, but I assume everybody was as we just discussed. You were actually intended to attack me, right, Cell?
Yeah. So at the start of this round, to be clear, we're not engaged, right? We haven't been. So I need to know because with reach weapons, I get a +1 to my DV if the army I'm against is not already engaged with me, right? So we haven't had a melee phase together. So we didn't fight in melee. So I have a +1 DV against them.
Okay, sure. But you are still engaging in melee as your tactic. You're
now, yeah.
Okay,
it just basically I just get like pike defense against them.
And then one more detail we missed. We actually forgot the route phase. So right before we go back to the tactics phase, it goes tactics, ranged, melee, route, and then back to the top. And again, this is actually already a lot smoother than we did with all of Kingmaker. And it'll be even better next time. So once an army has advanced upon the enemy, the melee phase begins. Each resolves So instead of resolving all attacks, the army proceeds to the rout phase, with each surviving army making a morale check DC 10 +1 for each allied army that has been destroyed or routed from the field. If this check succeeds, the army may continue fighting untaunted. If it fails, the morale score is reduced by 1d4. If this reduces it to a 0, you have to make a loyalty check, blah, 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 blah. So more or less, everybody has to make a morale check DC 10. You all know what your modifiers are. Go ahead and roll.
I totally missed that. What are we rolling?
Morale check, sir. I made all mine. Everybody made theirs? Cool. I'll make that a separate macro we can do as well to make things nice and easy there as well. Cool. All right. In the meanwhile, boom, we got this. So let's push on. So you have I already know what everybody else is doing. Jake is just going to maintain attacking in melee. Nick is going to maintain attacking range. Tesla's going to maintain attacking in melee. Nobody else is changing their strategies or Nick. Jake, your tactic. I assume you're using a tactic, right?
Let me have a look.
Is that an army
you know
changing
what?
tactics?
I will use my tactic.
I assume rage.
It's not a tactic; it's a special ability, right?
Either way, yeah.
No, but I can stack rage, right, with my
Correct.
tactic.
Correct.
Yeah, well, let's do that.
So the thing is, they actually, somebody started a prediction. Cool. They actually beat you by more than 5. So they actually not only know what your strategy is, they also know what tactic you're using too. The thing is, because they know that,
Which one is this?
hold firm up at the top of the hill.
Okay, well that doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So they actually know what tactic you're using, but honestly, there's nothing you're going to do about it. So hold firm's not doing anything at the moment. They're actually going to hold firm. They're going to come down the hill to get closer, but they're not going to actually engage in combat yet. They're still holding up a hill. All right. After that is going to be Cell. You're not using, so it's ranged phase first. This is just Nick. Nick, go ahead and roll your ranged phase. Then we go to all the melee people.
All right. This is at my -3, so
Haha. Who's doing the predictions? Who started the prediction?
Josh, I think.
Cool. Ask Josh to do it. All right. Oh.
do you have to beat?
What's up?
Do I have to beat the OM, or if match is no good, or what is it?
You talking about to hit me?
Yeah.
You have to match is 0. But the
Gotcha.
thing is, if there's casualty plus, match actually still does damage.
So I think he'll still take 1. It's not worth rolling the luck over. I don't think so.
So no, you have to do at least 1. No, you have to do at least 1. And
Then
by the way, luck dice are not allowed in combat unless it's
Oh.
unlocked by chat, which we don't have the ability for them to unlock it for you this combat. Future combats, they actually have chat effects that they can do, included called like, there's an ability, but it unlocks Daddy's dice and luck dice for us. But moving on.
Okay.
All right, so Nick, where was your attack roll? Was that it right there?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So miss. All right, now this goes to the melee attacks. So back to the top of initiative. Hold firm goes first. Hold firm's not attacking. Shadow, it's your turn. Make your melee attack. Again, it's all happens simultaneously, but go ahead and make your attack.
Yep. So it's just d20 plus 5.
Prediction result was no. That's awesome.
So yeah, I rolled an 8.
Nothing. You miss. Awesome. Next up is going to be your allies, your little friends. They're going to attack. Can I get somebody in chat to please roll me a 1d20? Understand that your 1d20 is going to have a plus 10 to the roll. Okay? First person to roll the d20 gets it. Jake, if you can go ahead and roll your melee attack.
It's an 8.
8 plus 8 is 16.
Look at something.
Sorry, 8
Yeah.
plus 10, I said, is 18.
8 plus 10.
6 minus 9. Okay. Cool. It's a lot of damage.
Just one good hit, Jake. That's all you need. His army's dead.
Yeah, but don't forget, they still get their attack as part of, because it all happens at the same time. So it's still going to attack
Yeah,
you.
of course.
And I'm
Yeah.
hoping for a natty 20 when I do.
They have a hit. I have a DV of 18, so.
A prediction for war crimes? Yes,
There's
I
no
think
war-
I think that's what Joe was asking for. Go ahead, sir.
There's no prediction for war crimes. There's no laws in the Barren Lands.
All right, go ahead. Jake is rolling with a plus a whole bunch. Well,
Armies.
the army's dead, but again, because it happened simultaneously, you can imagine, Nick, your army, for the melee phase, you were withdrawing. I imagine you were withdrawing from them. So go ahead and make a morale check. You have to beat mine.
Yep. Terrible.
It does determine things like infamy and whatnot.
Scott, I need you to roll low.
I already rolled.
No, I'm talking about for your attack against
It's
me.
a tie. Does that mean I win? Do we both
don't know.
roll again?
I don't know what the rule is on, to be honest.
You know what we should do? I know what we should do. Nick, you choose somebody in chat for a D100. I choose somebody in chat, and the winner takes it.
Well, ties go to
I
player.
thought, ties go to player.
Nick, choose somebody in chat for a D100.
No, ties go to
Oh,
player.
eyes go to player.
God damn it! I was hoping I'd get away with it once. All right, so Nick, you retreat with no problems. I imagine get ready to engage into into combat with somebody else in a moment. That's fine. Next up is going to be Cautious. Cautious is going to make their attack against your ally. Cautious has a +1 to their attack.
Yeah, they're pretty pathetic.
Well, that's what happens when you roll Cautious. Yep, okay, they're
is why-
useless. All Out is going to make their attack against Cell. This is the big one, boys. This is where I have a
One.
+11. I need to
One.
roll so high.
1. He rolls a 1.
All right, boys. I need it. I need the big one. Give me the big one.
Yes. No damage. No dice.
Come on! That
Nice, I
sucks
keep-
so bad.
Naito has the pikes and he keeps them at bay.
God damn it. Ugh. And that brings us, that's everybody. Everybody took their turn. So now we have to clear initiative. Everybody gets to go again with one less person involved. Oh, no, route phase. Route phase. First of all, because this army was defeated, actually, you hurt them so much in combat. They're defeated. So here's an important thing, Jake, and everybody else. Defeated. I need to know what quick pages are. So defeated reduces 0 health points. Is defeated can take no further actions in battle, but it can be taken as prisoner or massacred by its enemies following the battle. Attacked in spite of their surrender in the midst of battle, or recovered, reformed, and restored to fighting strength by its allies after the battle. Defeated army has blah 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 gone. Okay, so now that the army is defeated, what do you guys do?
I think it's up
Shouldn't this be
to...
decided later because we're still in battle.
No, because you have to choose. Do you continue attacking it?
That's up to-
If a defeated army is attacked before the battle ends, it takes a -2 penalty to its DV. If the attack by an enemy of at least half its size, which Jake's is, the defeated army is instead destroyed and ceases to exist as a fighting force. So Jake actually has to make that distinction now. Do you attack the army to attempt to destroy it so it ceases to exist as a fighting force?
What would Urzog do?
I know
Yeah, that's
exactly
what
what
I'm
Urzog
thinking.
would do.
That's how we'll do it.
Urzog would definitely do it.
Yeah. He would
1
do it.
million % he would do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely he would. And mind you, his army is cannibals. They're an army of cannibals. They would absolutely eat on the glory of the battlefield. Not like to bring food home, but eat out the hearts and whatnot and the glory of the battlefield. Absolutely Urzog would. So that being said, Jake, we know what your turn is this turn. But so let's us get to the route phase. Everybody please go ahead and roll route. This is the DC 10. Because I have 2 defeated armies, I have to roll against a DC 11. I have a +5 to this roll, mind you, against a DC 11. I succeeded both mine.
I'm good.
Okay. All right, everybody go ahead and roll your tactics. If you're changing your tactics, whisper it to me first. Otherwise, go ahead and roll your tactics. Don't forget to click your mini first. Okay. Hold firm is going to alter to what's it called? Cautious advance. Cautious advance, which swings all these by 2. That goes to, and this goes to this. And I'm going to go ahead and roll their modifier. They're going to stay. They're actually going to switch over to standard, which also swings theirs. 3 and 13. Standard. Again, no rolls for moving that small amount. I'm rolling theirs, which is a +1. I rolled garbage. And everybody else, I'm just waiting for Nick to roll.
I rolled. Did it not show up?
Oh,
And our little dude.
you just didn't click the token. I got you. It's a 7, right?
Yep.
Our dude has to roll as well.
And your dude gets a what? A +1, I think. Yeah, your dude gets a +1 as well.
That's strange. I definitely clicked the token.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. So, Yogo, I imagine you are not attacking the destroyed army, the defeated army.
I'd be attacking the small army.
Okay. So
In ranged.
you're going to move into the ranged and attack the small army. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Actually, I would cause friendly fire, right, with the Kuruk?
You would, but only a 25% chance of friendly fire.
I think that's fine.
Okay.
Because he cares more about his people than friend the Baronlanders.
Yeah.
So D20 +5.
Oh, I gotta go switch over here. I gotta keep remembering to stop looking at the rules on this over here, and remember look at my other open windows.
Am I flanking? +2?
No, that's not flanking.
Alright, well, then I miss.
So you miss. Okay. So after you is going to be anybody else doing ranged? Nick, I imagine.
Does that still
yeah.
cause friendly fire?
Oh, there's 25% chance.
All right, I'll just roll D100.
You can also ask somebody in chat to do it.
Josh, roll D100. 25 and lower means I hit them.
Nick, you move up to ranged and you make your attack roll, sir.
Yep.
Thanks,
Okay.
Josh. Huge hit.
That's a really good hit. Also, Nick, could you go ahead and cell check? Is it only if you miss or is it always? I think it's always.
It's always.
Okay. Nick, choose somebody in chat and high or low hits.
Fitz, why don't you go for it? We'll go high hits.
High hits and Fitz is rolling. Thank you. So you rolled a 17 against a 13, and you are at what kind? What's your tactic right now?
Cautious.
So -1, and they're standard, so it's just -1, so 7. So there's only 3 points of damage. Cool.
I mean, that gets him.
Okay. After that, that's it for ranged people. Jake is obviously not ranged. So then it switches to melee people, in which case you actually can move into melee if you wish to. Sell.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. So you're going to move into melee. You're going to attack that group and make your melee attack. Okay. No friendly fire is wonderful. With your attack there, that is a flat 13.
Am I flanking because this dude's here?
No, that's not a flank. Nope.
I can
And
try.
sir, are you you have no modifiers, right?
Nope, I'm just standard.
Yep.
Well, no, that's the first time you're going in, so that's +1 DV, right?
Yep, I have +1 DV, but that's not important for this.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yep. Cool. All right, so that's it for you. Next up is going to be Chargers. Jake, I have a -2 DV against you. So I'm going to reduce my DV by 2, so it's only a 10 right now. You get to make your attack roll against me. If you succeed, like if you don't roll a 91 or whatever, you have to roll 3 or higher to hit.
That's higher than a 3.
Okay, he hits. That means, Jake, you destroyed the army. I want you to pick somebody in chat to roll a d6 and pick somebody in chat to roll a d4, people that you think are going to roll high. While you're thinking about those people, I'm going to move on to my standard guy. The only person that's, well, there's 2 engage in melee with them, but I'm going to attack Tessel just because I want to be able to screw over a PC. Let's see if it works. I have a +3.
Josh,
I
you
have
going to roll the d6
18.
for me?
Yeah.
I do nothing to you.
Do
After
a
that,
whole lot.
Nero, you can roll a d4 for me, please.
Cautious Advance is going to move up into melee with the Karuk that are down here to try to finish them off. Because that screws over
Josh,
Jake.
you're rolling a d6. Unless Nero just wants to roll a d6 now.
Yeah, down here.
Yeah.
That's with a plus. What do they have? A +6. /R 1d20 +6. Oh wait, are they flanking? They are not flanking.
No.
Hey, 15 + 6, 21.
-1 to
Nero,
damage.
reroll again as a 4.
Yep, -1. So
But +1.
so that's 6 damage.
But no, it's -1 +1 because they're aggressive.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Unless you changed it.
Nope, it's all good. All right, so so Jake, what did they roll?
Well, they got a little bit confused, but Nero's got to roll one more time a d4.
So Jake, so Josh rolled the d6.
Josh was a 6 and Nero was the 4.
Okay. Okay. Moving on. After that is going to be Nick. Your turn for melee. Do you go to engage anybody in melee or not?
No.
Okay, so you stay back in the ranged phase. And then your allies are going to try to finish off this little guy. They're probably not going to do so. While we're waiting for Nero to roll the d4, why don't I actually have Josh go ahead and roll me a 1d20? It's going to be with a +10. Awesome. And then we get to go back to the top of initiative, which means everybody's going to do the route phase. Josh rolled a 15 against a 13. So that's actually going to be a 2 + 1 is 3 points of damage.
They're bloodied.
Are they officially bloodied?
Yeah. 16's half.
Yeah, you're right. They are officially bloodied, which means they take -1s. Cool. I will apply that now. So it's 4, 2, 14, 12, and we're good there. All right, after that is going to be everybody has to roll their morale checks. It's again against a DC 10.
I typed a lot of wrong numbers there.
Yes, you did.
I did that wrong again. Wow.
Why do I roll high on this where it's a low DC and I roll shit on my attack rolls when it's a high number? It absolutely sucks. All right, everybody finish rolling? Oh, and then your allies.
Actually,
I
did
waste
it right,
all
don't
my
worry.
good rolls on things I don't care about. God damn
All
it.
right. We got to roll initiative now.
Whisper me if you're changing anything. Otherwise, don't worry about whispering me. And then everybody go ahead and roll the initiatives.
You know what? I will say getting that +4 to initiative is actually really cool.
Once more with feeling.
Thank you, Unspeakable, for giving my bot a gift sub.
You rolled
That's
an
very
out
sweet
20
of you.
on one of those +1s. I don't know which one that was for.
That was actually for your ally, funny enough.
Nice.
That gives, what did I say, a +2 to whatever it is that you're doing?
Well, a +2 to morale checks, I guess, right? Because I got a -2 to morale checks when I rolled in that one.
Morale checks. That's right. It'd be morale checks. You're correct, sir. All right. So that'll be top of initiative. Nobody. Oh, I see that one change that happened there, but Nick, once again, you did not show me your roll.
I don't know what's going on.
Are you clicking tactical initiative as a button?
Oh no, I'm just clicking on my thing and then putting it in.
Gotcha. That's why. Cool. I got it though.
Gotcha.
I don't think. Yep. Nobody knows what you're doing, so you're good to go there. Nobody's gonna be able to change based off of that. Everybody else is holding the same. Your ally actually gets to go first. So I'm gonna have Unspeakable Luck. Go ahead and roll me exclamation point D20. Just type exclamation point D20 and call it a day.
Evens or odds for which army?
What was that?
Which is it for which army is he attacking?
Oh, the little guy.
Oh, okay.
Rolled a 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. That means that's 8 plus 1 is 9 points of damage. Jesus. That was devastating. That was a big one. That little army is almost out. I should have done ranged first. Nick, were you ranged?
Yeah.
Why don't you get to roll your ranged first?
You can kill him, Nick.
Jake, check cannibalism or something like that. Is there anything where like you have to spend a round consuming or anything like that, or no?
Take it now.
Thank you. I imagine
18?
not.
18? I think that...
So between what you did to that army and what the other group did to that army is dead. But again,
It's exactly at 0, if that makes a difference, I think.
yep, that means that they're dead. We're gonna have to deal with I think we know what Jake's doing with his melee phase. Yep. Okay, so you were the only ranged. I already did first melee. Second melee is going to be Tessel.
If it's dead...
Well,
Can
they're defeated, not destroyed.
I don't think I would destroy them.
Would you wouldn't destroy them, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm saying you would probably go and engage the next army in melee.
Or ranged if I could.
Range phase is over.
Then I'd probably hold.
Okay, so you would hold back at ranged at the ranged location.
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of like right here, just to make it so it's visual.
I still get attacked by him if the little dude's attacking me.
What was that?
If the little dude was attacking me, he still gets to attack.
Oh yeah. Yep. And I'll do that when I get to their turn. Nick already did. Nick, it's your melee phase. Do you engage with melee with anybody? Or do you hold back?
Hold back.
Okay. Cautious advance gets to go. They did not go yet. So they're going to again attack your ally that's there, trying to finish them off, especially since I saw how dangerous they were. They literally just decimated an army, and they're decent sized. So cautious advance is going to roll with a +6 /R 1d20 +6. Could you actually roll decent for once, Scott? Roll decent for once. Yes! That's a +3 we counted it as.
Yeah.
So because I don't think there's any rules saying one way or the other, so it's a +3. So
That's...
26 counts as 29, but -1 for cautious, so 28. 28.
No, but +1 because they're aggressive.
Oh, that's right.
They're
So
destroyed.
29. So it's what? 29 against a. No, are they destroyed?
They're at 0.
No.
They have
Is it-
29 HP.
No, but I did 29 minus their 14.
Oh,
15
true.
damage. So
I
they're
thought you
bloodied.
already did math on
They're
that.
bloodied. Nope.
math bad. I can't math.
They are bloodied, which I'm going to factor, which means a lot of them are fucked up. We'll deal with that later on because that affects Jake. But in the meanwhile, ouchies. And cool. That is an awesome turn for me. And then the standard bearers, they were attacking you, Cell. So and then they die. So it is /R 1d20 plus 2.
Not really worried about this. Yeah.
They did nothing. They just died the entire combat. God damn it. All right, and Jake, you're the bottom of initiative. Correct me if I'm wrong, but for your melee phase, I assume you're just going to attack them to also destroy that army, right?
It would be at the same time, so that's what I would do.
Okay.
As for cannibalize, it's something you do after the battle if you want to reduce consumption for a week.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll your attack. You're going against only a DV of 10 again.
Yeah, this army, right? The small.
Oop.
Okay.
You hit, you destroy them. That's easy for you to do. What were the rolls for on the D4? What was the roll on the D4, sir?
The roll on the D4 was a 3. And
So-
this D6 was a 4.
So it was 40% dead. And And what was the other thing? You said it was a what on the D4?
3.
30% injured. And you can do what you want with them afterwards. Probably massacre. We'll deal with that later on. And then you're going to have to choose 2 new people in chat to roll a D6 and a D4. Okay?
Definitely crimes of war now. Under
Last
detention.
Resort and Shaggy Dog.
So last
Wanna-
resort
wanna
6
help
and
us
Shaggy
out here?
Dog is the 4. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That is the route phase now for everybody. So we're going to go ahead and...
We have to roll morale checks.
correct. I have to roll against a 12 now. I'm crushing it, of course. Should that be the name of the campaign? Crimes of War?
We all warmongering, so I mean it's fair enough.
All right, so what do we got a 2 for the and then do we have a D4 rolled yet? Oh, and a D4, so that's almost nothing there. So we're gonna have 20% and 10%. It looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's a small one, anyways. And then so we have everybody. It looks like everybody passed their check, right? Cool. Then we're back to the top of initiative with everybody rolling again. DM me if you're changing your tactics. Otherwise, just roll.
That's a pretty good roll.
What a waste of a roll for me.
Nice,
Same.
Nick. Nice. You get a +2 to morale checks.
Nice.
Okay. Everybody good? Awesome. So first things first is ranged phase, which you actually stayed in ranged phase. So you're welcome. Actually, everybody here is welcome to do their ranged phase against the enemy.
Yeah. And we all have to make sure we don't hit this dude. So we all get the roll friendly fire checks.
Yep. So as you roll your ranged phase, call somebody out in chat to roll friendly fire and say high or low as you do that.
Joe 8 low.
If you're new to chat and you want to be called on, just feel free to say something because they're just calling names that they're familiar with. But if you want to be called on, just tell us.
Go ahead.
God.
Last resort, roll high.
Okay. Roll high is bad. Gotcha.
Oh.
Nice. And Jake?
Jake,
Who is there in chat?
this fits.
Yeah, Fitz.
High or bad? High bad, low bad.
High is bad.
Okay, you want them to low. Fits roll low. Cool.
My God, the damage that's about to be inflicted.
Yeah, I know. This is absolute insanity. So Tesla was useless, I think.
Yeah, I rolled in 3, so.
All right, so that 27. Yep. Okay, so high was bad, right, Jake? Fitz got your back. So 27.
Correct.
27 against cautious advance is 8. Minus 1 is 7. And then are you aggressive, Jake?
I am.
Plus 1 is 8 points of damage. So not much.
They're cautious, so it's -1 as well.
I already factored.
Yeah,
And
you
then
did that.
there's going to be Nick, who rolled 24, which is only 5. Minus 1 and Nick, are you currently...
All out.
Oh, so plus 2. So that was 5 plus 2 minus 1 is 6 damage. Wow. Okay, cool. Awesome. And then that brings us to the melee phase, which is going to happen simultaneously. So everybody, I imagine, is going to move up to the melee phase, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Everybody's moving up to the melee phase. Nick's going all out, so I'm going to go after Nick.
Would they, or would they not continue to try to kill the army they're fighting? They're not smart.
Oh, you mean the one that they've been fighting the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I take your argument. All right, I'll roll mine since it doesn't matter. You guys roll yours. I'll roll mine.
I got
have
you,
a
Nick.
I have a +6, right?
They're bloodied, by the way.
Yeah. Ooh. 23. That's 10 minus 1. But they're +1, so that's -10. Ooh. Yes, the army is almost destroyed. So close. So
do I
close.
get flanking +2?
Should we,
Yeah.
like,
Sweet. Oof.
Do we all get flanking?
Sounded dirty. That's funny. Actually, you do all. Yes.
I
Oh,
still
nice.
miss unless a 15 hits.
A 15 does not. Nero, could you go ahead and roll me a 1d20 plus 8? Sorry, plus 10. You just roll a 1d20. I do the math. It's actually plus 9. My apologies. All right, is that everybody? So you miss. Nick, you hit for how much? 5.
26 with flanking.
Nero did it at 20.
So it's 26. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8. Minus 8. Whoa, Nero did a nat 20. And what did Jake do?
14 plus
Nothing.
2, 16.
Nothing. But the army that was getting fucking pummeled, they did 27 plus 3 is a 30. 30 minus 19 is 11. Holy shit. They brought them down to the brink. The absolute friggin' brink. They're at 2 remaining health points. That's it.
Oof.
2 health points. God damn it.
Once more with
That is
feeling.
crazy. Okay, what's up, Steve? 2 health. Oh my god. And all the math here is correct, right? Like, oh, did that include your flanking in there or no?
Yes.
You included your flanking, but Nick didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
Oh my god. Yeah. We have to see if everybody survives the morale check first. 1d20.
And you included my -2
I
for
did.
going all
I
out,
did.
right?
Yep. Oh my god. I failed
failed.
my morale check. I need Fitz, go ahead and roll me a d4, please. Roll low, please. Roll low, please. Roll low,
I
please.
nat 20 my morale check.
What's the bonus to morale for nat 20 my initiative?
3. No, 2. Sorry.
No, -1.
Okay.
13.
Thank you for the. Oh, hi, Steve. Hi, Steve. How are you, man? Wow, Jesus. Okay, thanks. That 1, thank you. I appreciate it. The army's still fighting. All right, cool. Looks like we all made it through this.
Once more.
One more round. This is going to be the last round, unless you all whiff it. This is going to be the last round of combat. And I got to describe this whole scene in a moment. Oh my god.
Once more
Okay.
with feeling.
Whew. I'm genuinely afraid. Okay. Cautious advance. To switch from cautious advance to all out requires a morale check.
A morale check, yeah.
Of what?
I don't know.
More with
If I can't, if it's I forgot it was a thing. Table 1 requires.
It doesn't increase for every step that you go.
That's the old rules. I don't know
Once more
with
with
these
feeling.
rules if that still applies. So let's see. A general can attempt to shift the strategy to a greater degree, but this difficulty for all but the most highly trained armies requires a morale check with a penalty equal to the number of steps by which the strategy is being shifted. If the check fails, the army strategy changes 1 step in the desired direction, but the army is thrown into disarray for the remainder of the battle phase, resulting in a penalty equal to the number of steps they attempted to shift. But what's the DC of the...
If it's a morale check, it's a DC of 10 -1.
Oh, so yeah, it's just a
with
10.
feeling.
Okay, cool.
So I fail on a nat 1 just like I would fail anyway.
Oh, Nick rolled a natty 1. Ouch.
So I'm all out now.
Once more
Yeah, I
with
want to
feeling.
jump up to all out, which I'm at what? Cautious to all out is 1, 2, 3. So I usually have a +5. Instead, I only have a +4, and I'm taking a -3, so I have a +1.
Once more
So
with
I have to roll a
feeling.
9 or higher. To switch to all out. Here we go. Boom. All right, I'm all out. I'm good. I'm good. Okay, cool. What's up, Shaggy Dog? Is there going to be about to be another hype train? I think there's about to be another hype train. Steven and
person does
Shaggy.
it.
Yeah, Jesus. That'd be 3 hype trains in one goddamn session. I guess that means everybody gets... You get a commander. You get a commander. You get a commander. Jesus, yeah, one more person brings us to another freaking hype train. We've already had 2 successful level 4s. All right, cool. So this is Tessa. What was that for?
That's initiative.
Jesus.
That was not 20.
Let me just tell you everything, okay? I switched to all-out attack successfully. I had every intention of. Are you ready for this? So obviously, if anybody retreats, this I can change things. But I had every intention of all-out attacking the ones on the ones that I've been fighting the whole time, to kill them. You know what I mean?
Once more with
Figured so.
83% of a level 3 hype train. If you guys complete level 3, then that's the same thing as completing a level 4. So they'd all get an equally sized commander, assuming you vote different people each time. You can just give them all to Jake.
I think we should just give one to each of us.
I mean, that's not my decision, so it's their decision.
Chat.
But so, all right, cool. That's the plan. That you get to go first, sir. Don't forget your +1 OM because you're attacking somebody with a lower initiative.
Oh, we haven't been counting that this entire time.
Oh, I have.
I haven't. So it's a +1 OM, and then flanking, so another +2.
Correct.
So it's 10 plus. It's 12.
Oh, look at that. He gave us sub to lost initiative. How sweet. Thanks. So wow, 25.
once more with
Yeah,
you.
that's enough, but let's keep going. It's now my turn. I'm going to attack, and I'm attacking the same ones as I have been. So that's a +7. I'm rolling. See if I can defeat them. Can I defeat
And then
them?
Jake's army can attack to destroy it, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. Come on. Can I defeat them? Please let me kill them. Please let me kill the more Karuk.
Stay alive.
I just want to screw them out.
No.
Yes!
Well,
I defeated them.
It's routed, but it's not destroyed.
They're defeated. They're not destroyed, unfortunately. Okay, I defeated them. Jake, you go ahead and see if you can roll to. I get a -2. Actually, technically -3 at this point, but because of other reasons, but that's fine. You go ahead and roll to, see if you can destroy me. All right. Let's start from the top. For what the hell happened in this combat? Nobody can see even what's going on.
You can rewind it?
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Whoa.
What are you even saying?
I didn't even know that.
Control Z, my dude. All
I
right.
didn't know.
So the combat started with the 3 armies, the 4 different armies riding in from separate directions. Every one of them seeing the group of 200 Karuk down on the battlefield alone and by themselves. Your 3 groups combined actually only equal 320 soldiers strong, approximately, maybe a handful more. Nothing to scoff at, and certainly greater than the size of theirs down there. But it wasn't just the 3 of you, was it? There's another.
270. Sorry, I have 50, so it'd be 270.
Sorry, 270. My apologies. Against the 200, giving you the advantage. But we're dealing with Barrenlands Karuk, in their home, fighting against them. This is automatically going to be, even if they do have a penalty for the light sensitivity, so on and so forth, they are still going to put up quite the fight and could probably take out one of your groups. But luckily, you weren't there alone. You had another about 100 Barrenlands Karuk yourself, the Spearhead tribe, or whatever they're called, coming in to assist you. The 4 of your armies all smash on them at once, absolutely devastating them right from the beginning of combat, just laying into them with hours of arrows falling upon them. Your soldiers eventually riding forward and attacking, clashing with theirs, killing each other left and forth, destroying. With one of their other smaller armies charging from miles away down a hill to finally join into the battle from behind. The whole time, that small army just whiffing. They're just not able to land a blow anywhere. What's his name? Shadow Tessel's, Clan Tessel, easily evading their attacks, easily outmaneuvering them with Naito's commands, bringing them defensive. Eventually, the joint effort of all of your armies are able to, never injuring your own allies, no matter how many times you shot into melee, never injuring your own allies, are able to bring that army to the brink, where they finally start to disband and retreat. But as you guys move on to fight the smaller army and the other large one that's starting to make its way, slowly marching from miles away down the large hillside as well, it's actually Clan Varix, Clan Densho, that does not give up on that small army, that large army. Laying into them, just tearing into them, going up to the wounded, huge axe into the chest, lifting it out to rip their heart free and consuming it, chasing down the injured and bringing them to death, chasing down the uninjured to make sure that they go home with scars to remind them of who they're fighting with, utterly destroying that army so they do not return, or if they do, it will not be for years to come. That tribe, whatever they were, decimated. As that continues going on while he's ripping into them, you guys have the other armies coming in and approaching, working as a team to fight them. Unfortunately, those that are fighting as hard as they can to really try to prove their merit to Clan Densho, as Clan Densho is laying into their allies. You have the other Barrenlands Karak really trying to show their worth, and they have. They took the brunt of almost all the attacks. They actually took more attacks individually than anybody else, acting as a shield to Clan Densho, Clan Shado, and Clan Kushibashi, really earning their merits as literally a shield to the clans of Kajinksi, trying to earn that right. As the other army joins in, you guys easily toss aside the useless army that Naito had been playing cat and mouse with for a while, leading them to trap after trap after trap so his allies can take their hits against them. Eventually, you all swarmed the last remaining army, the one that seemed like they were actually going to start to cut into them, continuing just to almost... They must have been the ones that had scouted out the... other Karak tribe before, because they knew how to cut into them. They knew their tactics. They knew their defenses. But eventually they were finally rewarded for all their efforts as the other clans moved in and just kind of like really brought down the defenses so they could finally counter-strike, delivering the killing blow to them. The one that made the army decide, we can't even defeat them. And they turn and choose to try to retreat. But as they turn and choose to try to retreat, they meet one enemy behind them. Oh, they've eaten, but they're not full. Ready for thirds, Clan Densho lays into them. Now, for this third and final act, because the battle is over and we can definitely switch over to the massacre phase, we can say that third army is brought to full decimation. Without Jake making anybody roll, that third army is absolutely massacred. That is 100% casualties for that last 200 Karak. The others, we have the percentages there. And Jake, of those that surrendered, that you captured, do you choose to massacre those orcs as well? Those Karak as well? Or do you choose to...
This is where Karak culture kind of comes in a bit. They're offered to, like, are they going to join and swell our tribe? If not, sorry.
We'll have to handle that next session because it's already very late, and I'm sure people like Nick and myself also get up extra early tomorrow. Would like to go to bed. There was also something else that happened by chat earlier that I would love to go into. Like, for instance, those that were retreating. Cell, you actually were able to find somebody amongst those that were retreating. There's something else that took place as well, but we're going to have to deal with something else later on. Either way, all that will come into fruition next session. For now, let's finish this one up. Celsier, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I do streamings very infrequently because school sucks. It's finals week coming in, so it's a bit extra work than usual. But I'll probably be streaming tomorrow, like 9 p.m. EST or 10 around that time frame. I'm not sure what at the moment, but probably will stream.
Absolutely. Jake or Nick, anything else you guys care to say?
I'm old.
All right, cool. Awesome.
We got our first session 1 of Inclement tomorrow. So
well, tomorrow for you in 36 hours or whatever. It's Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. EST. We have our official session 1 of our new Inclement campaign. Speaking of Inclement, sounds like what Jake was doing to those soldiers there. What? All right. Thank you, everybody. Very much appreciate all of you for coming by, hanging out, and everything. We'll see you Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning. Bye. Oh, I gotta find somebody to raid. Gotta find somebody to raid.
Salooner's streaming.
Oh, is that who's streaming right now? Esluna?
Salooner.
Oh, Jesus. I hate when the thing jumps on me and it makes me click the wrong button. Esluna. How am I not following her? That's so messed up. I gotta follow her now. Let's go raid Esluna. Come on, everybody. She's awesome. In case you don't know, this is actually Rena the Destroyer's sister. So you definitely have to come raid to show love to Rena's family. Bye, everybody.